Hi everyone, welcome to our Monday Night Live. I hope you're all safe and well. Today we're going to start with a couple of roll rounds to begin. It's a bit cold, so let's warm ourselves up. Feet hip distance apart, standing up nice and tall. Give the shoulders a bit of a roll out. Inhale to lengthen through the spine and exhale, peeling down. Imagine you're peeling down off an imaginary wall, one vertebrae at a time. Just go down as far as you can. Soften the knees at the bottom if you need to. Give the head a bit of a shake. And then restacking, starting with that little tuck of the pelvis. One vertebrae at a time. Coming all the way up. Give the shoulders a roll at the top. Inhale to lengthen. Peeling down. Roll it all the way down. Take a breath there. Restacking back up. Next one, we're going to stay down. So inhale to lengthen through the spine. Roll it down. At the bottom, walk your hands out. Come onto all fours. Check your hands are underneath your armpits, knees underneath hips. Then we go into our cat-cow here. Arching up. And then coming through neutral, we'll lift the chest. Arch it up, let the head drop down. And then into a little extension. Check you're still lifting through those abdominals. One more there. And then we're going to turn it into a bit of a combo. So we're going to arch up into our cat. Tuck your toes under. We're going to press our hips straight up into a plank. Press the hips up. Press the heels into the ground, get that nice stretch down the backs of the legs. Then we're going to hinge ourselves forwards into our front support just for a minute. Lower the knees, untuck the toes. And we do that all again. So arch up into your cat, tuck the toes under, press the hips up, heels press into the mat, bring the body forwards to your front support, lift up through those shoulders, lower the knees, untuck the toes. One more like that. Arch up into your cat, tuck the toes under, hips go up, heels press into the mat, hinge the body forwards, lower the knees, untuck the toes. From here we'll go into our thread the needle, so taking one arm, reaching it up, open up through that chest, and then threading it through, let the other elbow bend, and just enjoy that stretch there. Reach it up, open up through that chest. Thread the needle through, let that other elbow bend. Two more, reach up, rotate it through, and one more. Thread it through and swapping hands. So reaching that opposite arm up, try and rotate the whole rib cage around and thread it through. Press up, open up and rotate. Thread it through. Two more. Reach that arm up. Thread it through. And last one. And thread it through. From here we're going to come onto our side into everybody's favourite clam. So we're going to come lying down underneath, palm facing up. Start with your heels in line with your hips. Little lift through that side waist. Hand can go on your hip or reach up to the sky if you want more of a balance challenge. Top leg rotates open, lower it back down. So you're keeping the heels glued together but the toes can move. Keep lifting through that side waist for 4, 3. Check that that top hip isn't rocking and rolling about. We want to keep it nice and still. Last one there. Now we're going to lift both feet off the ground. Keep them hovering. We go for 6 here. Watch those hips. Check that little gap under the side waist. For 3, 2, last one, Lower both feet down, bring them up to 90. We're going to lift that top leg up to hip height and we're doing little circles, 6 little tiny circles in one direction for 4, 3, 2, 1, 6 tiny little circles back the other way. Really feel that thigh suctioning back into the hip. 2, 1, lower it down and swing it round to the other side. So starting with your clams first, feet in line with hips, little lift through that side waist, heels stay glued together, top leg opens and lower it down. Check in with those hips, check they're not rocking about. For 3, 2, 1 more there. Now we float both feet up off the mat. 6 little clams here. Again, check in with those hips. Check in with that side waist. Keep lifting up. For 3, 2, almost there. Last one. Lower both feet down. Bring them up to 90. Top leg comes to hip height. Tiny little circles in one direction. For 3, 2, and 1. Now back the other way. Tiny little circles. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Come onto your back now. We're going to go into our pelvic curl. We're going to add some arms straight away. So check in with your body on the mat here. Check you've got that little gap under your lower back to start. We start with that little tuck of the pelvis, peeling up off the mat, pressing the hips up, reach the arms up over the head, keep reaching them away as you roll back down, and then our arms come down at the end. So we start with that little imprint, rolling up, arms come up, feel like someone's got your fingertips, they're reaching them away from you, and lower their arms down. 2 more like that. Roll it up. Arms come up. Roll it back down. Arms come down. 1 more. Roll it up. Keep the hips lifted as you reach the arms up. Roll it back down. Arms come down. From here, bring your hands behind your head. We're going to go straight into our chest lift. You can either leave your feet on the ground or bring them up into tabletop. Inhale into the sides of the ribs. Exhale, lift up. Feel those ribs sliding down. The peaches underneath your chin. You're not going to squash it. Lower it down. Lift up. Deepen the abdominals each time. Exhale to come up. 3 more. Last 2. Last one, we're going to stay up. Bring your hands either side of those legs. Stretch one leg out, try and lift yourself a little bit higher. Exhale, swap legs. If that gets too much, lower the head down and adjust to the legs. For 3, 2, 1. Bring both legs to tabletop, hands behind your head. If you can stay up, stay up. We're going to go into your hula. Opposite rib to opposite hip. Lift it up, cross it over. So we want to lift and rotate. Careful not to squash that peach under your chin. For 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Lower the legs down. Bring your arms a little bit wider than the mat. Glue the legs together and just twist both legs over to one side. Keep the opposite shoulder glued onto the ground. Exhale, deepen the abdominals, bring the legs back. Inhale, let those legs drop over to the other side. Exhale, deepen the abdominals, bring it back. Exhale to bring the legs back. 3 more there. Last two. Inhale to let them roll over. Exhale. Bring them back. Last one. Now bring those legs in nice and close. Hug those legs as close to your body as you can. Come up into that little chest lift, and we're going to start rolling like a ball to come up, try and balance, and then lower the feet down. Beautiful. From here, we're going to go into a little spine stretch. If you like to roll up the end of your mat to give you a bit of height underneath your pelvis, go ahead, or a little cushion. It takes the pressure off the hips. Legs a little bit wider than the mat. Sitting up as tall as you can, reaching your arms forwards. You're going to peel away from that imaginary wall just like how we started. Pretend that someone's punched you in the belly. They've got your fingers and they're reaching them forwards. And then we're going to go into a little extension. So we're going to lift up through the chest. Then curl back down. Someone's punched you in the belly. And re-stack up tall. Good. So we peel down. Really feel that deepening of the abdominals as you reach forward. Keep lengthening forward. Reach up. Re-stack. Up tall. Two more like that. Peel away from that imaginary wall. Reach up and lengthen if you can. And then someone's punched you in the belly to curl back. Re-stack up tall. One more. Peel down. Reach those arms away. Lift up. And then curl to re-stack up. Bring those hands behind you. Either have your fingers pointing towards you or have them pointing away, whatever feels best for you. Bend the knees in. We're going to go up into our back support. So we're going to press up through the shoulders. Open up through that chest and lift the hips straight up. And then we lower them straight back down. Try and keep the arms nice and straight. Press the hips up. Lower it down. Two more. Press it up. Lower them down. Last one there. Press it up. Lower it down. And bring yourself now up onto your knees. From here, bring your hands behind your head. Take your legs about hip distance apart, knees hip distance apart. Inhale to lengthen and stretch over. Imagine you're in between two panes of glass. So you want to make sure that your upper body is just going side to side. You're not leaning forwards or backwards. One more each side. Lift and stretch over. And now we're going to add on. So now we're going to take our right leg out to the side. Arms out straight. Same action as just before. We lift, reach over. Let that left hand come down to the ground. From here, top arm, reach it over. Get that nice stretch. Bring it up to a T. Reach it over. Back to a T. One more. Reach it over. Back to a T. Hold it here. Get ready because we're going to go into our side support. Press up through that side waist. Press that opposite foot into the ground. We're going to take our underneath knee, underneath leg out to the side and hold it. Lift up through that armpit. If you want, you can add a little press of the hips and do that little reach again. Back to a T. Reach it up. Back to a T. One more. Reach it up. Back to a T. Hold it here. Bend your knees. Lower the hips almost to the ground and press it back up. Bend the knees almost to the ground. Press it up. One more. Nearly there. Bend the knees. Press it up. Now take it all the way down. Let yourself sit down. Well done. Let's swap it over to the other side. Coming back up onto our knees. Hands behind your head. Let's do 4 little stretches over to the side to start. Lift and stretch. One more each side. Inhale to lift and stretch over. Now take your arms out to a T. Other foot goes out to the side this time. Plant that foot onto the mat. Lift, stretch over. Find the mat with that underneath hand. Reach the other arm over. Take it back to a T. Reach it over. Back to a T. One more like that. If you're feeling up to it, now we're going to go into our side squat. Underneath hands nice and wide. Press that opposite foot into the ground. Bring the other one out to join it. Lift the hips up and reach over. Take it back to a T. Lift and reach. Back to a T. One more. Almost there. Really good. Little lowers. Bending the knees. Press it up. Two more. Bend the knees. Press it up. Last one. Bend the knees. Press it up. Now bending the knees. Lower yourself all the way back onto the ground. Really nice. Swing yourself around. Tuck your toes under. Roll up to stand. Restacking one vertebra at a time. Nice wide stance forward. Little lunge to finish. So bending that front knee. Pressing the back heel into the mat. Stretching both legs. Bend it forwards. Stretch it up. Next one, you're going to stay bent. Arms out to a T and roll yourself down. Place your hands either side of that front foot. Stretch both legs. Couple of breaths there. Bend that front knee. Try and hover the hands off the ground. And coming back up tall, swing it around to the other side. Check both feet are pointing straight forwards. Bending that front knee. Pressing the back heel into the mat. And again. One more. Keep that front knee bent. Arms out to the side. Roll it down. Place your hands either side of that front foot. Stretch both legs. Couple of breaths here. Bend that front knee. Hover the hands off the mat. Bring yourself back up tall. Spin around to the front. Walk your feet in. And you're all done. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful week. Stay safe and take care. Thanks, everybody.